And as the world modernizes, some cultures and traditions seem to lie on the verge of extinction. But as Tech Stephen reports in the following news feature, the old traditions of dowry and bride prices fails to diminish and continues, develop and strives in most African cultures, including South Sudan.
Dowry or bride price is a tradition in most African countries where a man pays a given amount of money or a valuable asset to the family of the girl whom he wishes to marry as either a form of exchange or appreciation. However, as modernity overshadows traditions, some cultures are caught up in the middle of this sudden transformation, painting a rather blurred picture of the whole process. To understand this better, I spoke to Jubek State Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Madame Rose Lissok, to explain the role of government in presiding over such issues.
The girl has the right of deciding to form a family. She has to have a decision for her. The Constitution will protect her. But the problem, the reality is that our laws are not put in implementations, and we have a big problem of when it comes to the rule of law. Also, our traditional courts, which are the chiefs and all this, these are biased people also. They tend to take the side of the male than just to support the woman.
In her statement, the minister was quoting an article in the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan, which stipulates the right to found a family, which further indicates that it requires full consent of a man or a woman engaged. But is that law conventional or implementable in our society today? I put that question to a local chief known as Luali Yach Nyuon regarding the changes in cultures and emerging possibilities, as well as calls by some women groups to scrap the bride price altogether.
My son, this issue is very dangerous. The civil societies and NGOs do invite us sometimes to discuss this issue of giving women rights and freedoms and to forget the issue of dowries. But I paid 100 cows for my wife. How can I just let her daughter go for free? No, I can't.
We are in one of the local villages around to find out how these communities living in this area conduct their marriages and pay their bride price. And we are also here to find out how it differs paying bride price in the urban areas compared to here in the rural areas. In this remote village, culture seems to vary as compared to towns. I looked for the area chief, Gore Tombe, and sat with him as he narrates the changes in marriage system in his village, which he solely blamed on instability of the country as the main cause of this confusion.
These days, we only discuss the fate of a girl if she's pregnant, because people see it as a shortcut to marriage process. And when we meet the husband, he's just a poor man with nothing. So we just let it go.
Our efforts to talk to the girls in the village was all but in vain, so we talked to the boys to explain to us how marriages are done in their village.
Introduction money is for me to pay, but the rest of the dowry is discussed and paid for by my parents.
Most youths are considered irresponsible because they are not married. But how can we marry while they keep increasing bride price?
I then paid a visit to University of Juba to interact with intellectual urban youth and get their random opinion on whether the government should intervene in resolving this issue or be left to parents to continue deciding on the fate of their daughters.
You know, marriage vary from place to place. For example, in Equatoria, Bahar and Ghazal, and such regions. So the government would just consult with chiefs without interference to the cultures.
Sometimes a man wants to marry the girl, but because he doesn't have enough to pay to the family, that's why after a while the couple will just break up.
The government of South Sudan came up with a maximum marriage for giving of dowry.
Nowadays, people are paying a lot of money as bride price. If they continue like this, some girls will not be married.
In all my encounters with different actors on this matter, no one seems to neither justify nor nullify the relevance of paying bride price. It then begs the question of, should the process continue or we wait for fate to decide? Reporting for SSBC, Tech Stephen.
That brings us to the end of our news for tonight. On behalf of the working team, I'm Jacqueline Perino Ephraim, wishing you a pleasant time.